What's up, y'all? I am Lady, and today I am here with my hashtag Read So Lit / Black History Month / February 2019 reading wrap up. This year's Read So Lit / Black History Month was all of that. I had so much fun on Instagram. I participated in my first live with Dee Dee over at Brown Girl Reading, and I enjoyed all the other live Black Booktube chats. I enjoyed the read-along book, and it was just excellent. Read So Lit is just going to the next level each and every year, and I am so here for it. So let me share with you all what I read. The book I finished was The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. I actually listened to it on audio and then read it. So good. I highly recommend it on audiobook, or if you want to read it, it is written in verse. So the audiobook and the written experience was wonderful. I love the relationship that the main character that she had with all the different people. It was just a young girl coming of age, finding herself and dealing with, you know, boys, friends, parents, and all of that. It's so good. Next, I read Heavy, an American memoir, and this is by Kiese Laymon. I have talked about it several times on this channel. It is a book that you must read. It is just good. Next book was Saga Volume 9, and this one was actually published October 2018. It left us with a major cliffhanger, okay? And from what I hear, we are not to expect a new book until 2020. So I'm warning you like I was warned. Be prepared for that cliffhanger. The next book was a graphic novel, Love in Vain, Robert Johnson, 1911 to 1938. This one was published in October 2016. I first saw the book on Brown Girl Reading's channel, and I'm just a sucker for a good graphic novel with great art. I wanted more from the story, but it was still an excellent short graphic novel. If you're interested in blues and the early 20s, the early 1900s actually. Yeah, because 1911 to 1938. So if you're interested in that type of thing, I think you would like that graphic novel. The two books I read were by Edward Kelsey Moore, and that was The Supremes Eat at Earl's, All You Can Eat, and then the second book, The Supremes Sing the Happy Heartache Blues. I listened to these books and I just fell in love with these ladies. These ladies remind me of like an older version of the ladies from, say, Waiting to Exhale, or, you know, one of those books with just friends. But all of these ladies are like in their, I want to say, mid-50s. They're grandmothers. They have children who now have children, and they're going through their lives, and so much is going on. And I just loved it. One thing that I would like to say is it touched on a lot of themes, like, you know, sickness that comes with old age, marriages, the way each one of these main characters, the way they grew up, all had different upbringings, but they're, you know, still really close friends. These two books are definitely book club books, because you're going to want to have somebody to discuss these books with. One of the things that was discussed in the second book, two of the ladies in the book grew up with their fathers in the home, and the other two didn't. And in a conversation, the ones who did not have the father in the home, she was talking to someone and she was like, I just never experienced that comfort of knowing everything would be okay. Whereas those ladies who had their fathers in their home, they had a sense of security that the other ones didn't. That really touched home for me. And I'm here for it. I'm here for the Supremes. I want more. I need more. Next, I read Praise Song for the Butterflies by Bernice L. McFadden. And this was a very fast read. I don't know how to really discuss it without giving it too much away. It's one of those books you can go into it without knowing much and you'll enjoy it. The main character in the book, she was sold into like this servitude, which I'm missing the name of it now. And she just had a really horrible experience, and her having to come out of that. I just really recommend this, as with all of Bernice L. McFadden books. Read it if you get a chance. Very important subject matter. Next up was Just Mercy, a story of justice and redemption. This one is by Bryan Stevenson. It was published in October of 2014. I recently found out that this one is set to be made into a movie where Michael B. Jordan, I believe, has been cast as Bryan Stevenson. Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson, is cast as Anthony Ray Hinton. And who else? Jamie Foxx. I can't think of who he has been cast as, but I'm here for it. This book is a must-read, mandatory reading, and it's really surrounding the mass incarceration of young people and the extensive, sentences put on children. Life in prison at 15 years old. I understand heinous crimes, but at 15, you get what I'm saying? So it was just so good. I listened to this one on audiobook, and the whole time I was just like, yep. We have to fix this criminal justice system. I mean, we just have to. The Read So Lit read-along book was Unforgivable Love by Sophronia Scott. This one was published in 2017. It is actually a retelling of another book. The whole time after I read in the comment section where Troy Tower said this is like Cruel Intentions, that's the whole premise of this book. I absolutely enjoyed it. This one is a real page turner. It's a big book, but it went so fast. So if you're into that type of book, like if you remember the book movie Cruel Intentions, with this one is a African-American spin. I think Dangerous Liaison is the first book that this one is, a retelling of. And this one is taken in 1940s Harlem. And just a different perspective that you usually do not see from that time era, So I really enjoyed that one, and I highly recommend it. This book that I read in February was The African American Church in Birmingham, Alabama, 1815 to 1963, A Shelter in the Storm. This one is by Wilson Fallen Jr., and it was published in 1997. This one was excellent. I think I enjoyed it so much because I knew a lot of that history, and then the history that I didn't know, I just loved taking that in as an African-American Christian who grew up in a Baptist church in Birmingham, Alabama. I really, was able to get into it. It's written like text, and if you're into that type of thing, you should definitely check it out. So that's it. Until next year, y'all. We are all about reading Black all year long. So don't just wait until February of 2020 to pick up a book by a Black author. you know, fit them in throughout the year. So that's it for me, y'all. Until next time, I'm Lady, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.